Hi, everybody. I'm Alyce-Kay, and I just want to share with you really quickly what we have coming up this week on my channel. We've begun studying using this novel, Now It Will Spring Forth, and the workbook that goes with it. The novel is a story, obviously, and the workbook just helps you to get more out of that story, because I've written my novels not just for entertainment. I know some people do read it for entertainment, that's fine, whatever. But the way that I meant them to be read is for you to use them so that you can grow spiritually. And so there's a Bible study that goes with the first one, and eventually I'm hoping to have Bible studies that go with each of the books, but right now I'm just focusing on writing the novels. So anyway, so we're doing that, and the book is, you can get it for free as an ebook, or if you want to buy the paperback, you can. The workbook, you can buy the paperback or the Kindle version of the workbook, or just get a journal or a notebook, because I'm going to tell you pretty much everything that's in the book. There are some things that are written in the workbook that I'd have to just sit there reading, and so you're not going to get that, but you'll get the gist of it. So you don't need to pay anything, is what I'm trying to say. You can do it all for free, but if you do want to buy the books, that helps me out, so I really appreciate it. So anyway, so Monday, well, okay, so last week we did the first lesson on Now It Will Spring Forth, this book and workbook. Okay, sorry, I have a virtual background, so it cuts stuff off. And watch this, if I open up and show you a page on the book, it looks blank. It's like I have a blank book. But really I did write a book. So anyway, so last week we had our first lesson on that, and we talked about some of the background to the book and some scripture that goes with that. And so then on Monday, we're going to kind of continue a little bit more with that particular talk, talking about the title of the book and where the scripture is from and why that's important, how that affected me, and some suggestions for how that can affect you. And the whole idea of this is for you to learn to apply the Bible to your own life and to see it illustrated in this story. So when I'm sharing things from my own life or things from Westmont, or when you're reading about it in the novel, you're seeing illustrations that are just examples that help you to apply it to your own life. But ultimately what we want is for you to apply it to your life. Okay, so that's going to be lesson 2, which will be on Monday. And then Tuesday, I'm going to show you something. It's not really part of that study, so it'll probably have some different kind of YouTube cover, but it'll be a tool that you can use not just for this, but lots of other things too. It's something that I do using a tool that's on YouTube, so that I can continuously learn Bible stuff and whatever else it is that I'm learning about. Sometimes I have political stuff on mine. I have stuff that I'm learning about health and nutrition, just whatever it is, theology. I have whatever I want, and you're not going to have the same things probably. I strongly doubt that you would have the same things on yours that I have on mine, but you can personalize this to yourself. And this way also, it makes almost like a course of study for yourself. Okay, so that you're continuously educating yourself in one subject or in many subjects. But that way, the reason that I'm sharing this particularly in this week is because I may not be providing these lessons at the pace that's right for you. Like, I'm going to have 3 lessons this week from the book. Well, that might be too much for you to complete in 1 week. And so if you have it on this lineup like this, then it will come to you at the time that you're ready to use it, and you won't forget to do it, and you won't have to be looking for it. It'll be there. So I'll show you that on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we're going to do lesson 3, where I'm going to talk about the importance of having Christian community, and why that's important, and how you can, several different ways that you can have that. And then on Thursday, we're going to start looking at the scriptures that are alluded to in the book. Now, in the novel, it doesn't usually say 1 Corinthians 7:21, or anything like that. It just illustrates it because it's part of life, but it doesn't say anything at all about the verse. So that's why we're going through these, is so that you can read these verses, and then when you'll read the book, hopefully you've already read it one time before we start. And I would really recommend reading it before we start, or else I'm going to be like spoiling things for you right and left. But you'll already know the story. You'll read the verses, and as we do the studies on the chapters, you'll read those chapters, but you'll see how those verses apply, and that will help you to apply those verses in your own life. And if you're already applying scripture in your life, I'm pretty sure these are going to give you some different ways, maybe not all the time, but at least quite a bit. So, and also, as we're doing these things, I would love it, you guys, if we come across verses that you've applied to your life already. If they're not too private, if you could write those down in the comments below the videos, it would really, really help other people. And it would encourage me too, because sometimes when you don't have any comments, you think, nobody's watching this. I'm just like saying this into space. So that just really helps. But that's one way that you can have some Christian fellowship that's building each other up. You can also join the Facebook group for this, which I'll have the link below. And we can discuss some of those things in there and share some of those experiences in that group as well. We only have a few people in there so far, so you'd be getting in on the ground floor if you join now. Okay, so that's Thursday, and then Friday we'll have the Chaplet of Divine Mercy, and I'm not quite sure what the topic's going to be yet. If you have a specific thing that you would like me to do a Chaplet of Divine Mercy about, then let me know in the comments below, and I will. I can't promise that I'll do it because somebody might say something really weird just to get me to do something weird, but most likely I would take your suggestion. I do have some ideas, but I'd really like to do things that you're looking for. I'm not sure if I'll have something on Saturday or not, and probably not on Sunday, unless it's something like today where I'm just like telling you what's coming up. Okay, so I love you all. On a more personal note, please, please, please keep praying for my health. I know some of you already are, and I appreciate it so much. You have no idea, because I am feeling a little bit better the last couple of days. I have actually had some energy, and that's been really amazing. It's been wonderful. I think I hear an ice cream truck outside. It's summer, yay. I can't have ice cream though because I'm diabetic, but still it's summer. And diabetes, that's one thing that is going a little bit better. My blood sugar levels today have been really good. They're still a little bit higher than what I would want. They're not quite like normal, but they're not alarming like they used to be. So anyway, if you could just keep praying, pray for my energy level, pray for my legs because they don't work. I ordered a walker yesterday, which was really hard. You guys, I'm 61, which if you're 20, I know 61 sounds ancient, but it's not very old. And my mom's 80 and she's like so much healthier than I am. I want to be able to walk and hike again, and getting a walker is kind of going in the wrong direction, but some of the ladies at church kind of convinced me to do that. And I think they were right, because I've almost fallen a couple times after going up to receive communion. Well, I almost fell one time after going up to receive communion, and I've almost fallen a couple of other times. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to end up in rehab, and what would happen to my animals. And like one lady said, do you want to sit around in a circle of old people throwing a little ball? Well, probably not. I have other things that I need to do. So anyway, so I gave in and I got the walker, and I figured it might help me to be able to walk more and therefore improve my health some. That might contribute to improving my health. I already walk 2 miles a day inside my house, according to my pedometer, which I believe it's right. I'm walking 2 miles. So it's not like I'm just like sitting around all the time, but walking up and down your hall gets really tedious, and I would like to be able to walk farther. And I believe that if I could walk farther, then I would be healthier. So my hope is that the walker will help me with that. And then I can put it away, and it will be an investment that I will have in place for someday when I'm 117 and I'm starting to have a hard time walking again, that I can pull out that walker that I got when I was 61, and it'll be a great tool that maybe I can't afford then. So that's the only way that I could look at it positively. Other than, you know what? No, I shouldn't say that. It's a really neat walker. And I don't think that they had these like 10 or 15 years ago. So I'm grateful for that. So anyway, yeah. So those are kind of, and then trying to think what else is going on in my life. Really not that much. What's going on in my life is church, and these videos are really kind of the main thing. I sleep a lot because I'm really tired these days. It's just crazy. And I had an appointment a couple of weeks ago with a nurse that my insurance provided online. It was a video conference, and I thought, how can you do a physical with somebody online? It was amazing, you guys. It was so good. If you get the chance to do that, I think it might have been even more helpful than going to the doctor. And because I mean, she spent a whole hour with me, which was great. My PA spent an hour and a half with me for my first appointment, so that was really helpful. But you know, they can't do that normally. Anyway, one of the things that she suggested was that I get an oximeter, which is, you know, that thing that they put on your finger in the hospital to tell what your oxygen level is. And I got it for $5.99 or $5.49 or something. It was on sale. It's now $19.99. So, but it's a good one. And I recommend that anybody, you guys, you should have a thermometer and you should have an oximeter. Even $20 is not that expensive. And there's some of them that are like 11 or 12, but this one I really like. I'll show it to you sometime. It's got an app on my phone so that I can record it and it charts it. And if you know me at all, you know that I love graphs. So this one is just like, wow, I'm in heaven. It's graphing my pulse and my oxygen. But anyway, so, you know, your oxygen should be like 97 to 100. 95 is not too bad. 82 to 92 is what it has been a few days. Today, I think it's up to like 97, and you can tell because I'm like, blah, 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 blah. I've got energy. So I think that is the reason that I don't have energy. But what is the reason that I'm having such low oxygen levels? That's now the question. So be praying for that. Pray that God will show us what it is and what to do about it, and hopefully not to have to like go around with oxygen, or because that would really limit what I can do. And hopefully not to have to take any medication. I'm really trying, and my physician's assistant is totally supportive of this. I'm really trying to do things like reverse diabetes without taking any medication. And that's just what I believe in. I'm not saying that's what everybody else should do, but that's just what I believe in. And, you know, I'm open to taking medication if I have to, but if I can do this without taking medication, but I have to work really hard at it, you guys. It's not something that just go, oh, I'm not going to take medication. Don't do that. That's dangerous. But what I'm doing, and I'm not a doctor or a nutritionist or anything, so I can't recommend this for anybody else, but if you're interested, I can show you the videos that I've been watching that have been helping. And it's working. It's working. I'm not reversed yet, but it's getting down there. I'm really, really happy with what's going on with my diabetes. So, but I still have a ways to go. So I really, really, really appreciate your prayers. So yeah, so my life right now is probably 90% is taking care of myself and sleeping. I'm getting 11 to 15 hours of sleep a day because of my low oxygen. And then I go to church. I try to go twice a week to mass, but yeah, I think pretty much I've been going twice a week, sometimes 3. I would really like to be going every day, but right now I just don't have it, and I need to do that. I'm going to share something, a really cool lesson from yesterday. I'll share with you in a minute. So that, and then these videos, I mean, that's and working on my husband's estate. That's pretty much all that I'm doing right now. And, you know, it's just all going really slowly. I haven't been writing lately. I really want to get back to writing, but the main thing is I want to finish my husband's estate. So if you could really, really pray for me to be able to get that done, because it would be great to just have that done off my back. It's really, really weighing on me, and it's kind of stressing me out. Not kind of, it's really stressing me out. And I don't feel like my life is my own. I don't feel like I have control over my life because of having this huge, huge, huge project that I have to do. And one thing you can pray for in that is that I need a couple guys that aren't like a fortune to help me move stuff from storage. The moving stuff from our house up in the mountains down to storage when I sold that house, they got it all into 2 storage units, which it probably should have taken up 3. So it's a blessing that they did that, because that's really saved me money. But they packed it in solid. So I think the ceiling is like 15 feet or so. So it's like packed all the way up there. There's no like aisles or anything, because there wouldn't have been room. It would have had to go into a 3rd storage unit, and I'm thankful for that. But if I tried, I can't climb a step ladder, and definitely not a ladder, because my knees don't bend enough to be able to do that. So it's just not safe. And if I tried to pull anything out from any place else, the whole thing would come down on me. So I need a couple of men who aren't like super, super expensive and who are strong and who have football helmets maybe, or just who are good at getting things down without dropping them. I mean, if they can climb a step ladder, then they'll probably be okay. I need some help. So if you guys would just really pray for me about that, because I've checked everywhere and the best I can find so far is to hire some movers, and that will be a fortune. And I just, yeah, so I don't really have the money for that. So anyway, yeah, so if you could pray for that, I would really, really appreciate it. So I was going to tell you a funny story and now I can't remember what it was. Oh dear. What was I talking about? Talking about walking and no, you guys, I'm sorry. I don't remember now what my funny story was that I was going to tell you. If I remember, I'll write it down and I'll talk about it sometime. All right. I love you all. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.